What's good, Commanders fans? The Washington Commanders, Ron Rivera has signed Trai Turner to a 1-year, $3 million deal. Former Steeler, former Charger, and former Carolina Panther, was a 5-year straight Pro Bowler under Ron Rivera and John Matsko. So he has that reunion with John Matsko, and he has some chemistry with Andrew Norwell, who we signed on the offensive line as well. So that kind of signifies, a lot of people were saying, oh, we can bring back Eric Flowers, but I highly doubt that happens now. And this brings depth. This brings a lot of depth. And Ron Rivera, he does a solid job of, waiting till after the draft to see where we do have some needs to make some, value deals. Last year we signed Charles Leno after the draft, and he turned out to be a really, really good signing after he was released from the Bears. So I think this is going to be a solid signing. It's going to be a depth. If not a depth, he can definitely battle with Wes Schweitzer for that right guard spot. With Brandon Sheriff leaving, we have two good veterans. And Wes Schweitzer has done a good job. He did a good job in 2020. And Wes Schweitzer did a solid job last year too. Run block, we were one of the best. We had a number 6 rated offensive line per PFF. I know PFF isn't gospel, but his offensive line did a great job opening up running lanes for Antonio Gibson, Jaden McKissick, and Jared Patterson, and John Williams at times. They did a good job of that, and I thought they did a solid job for the most part to keep the pocket clean for Taylor Heineke, to be honest. I thought Charles Leno did a good job, and all the injuries we had, you can just never, ever, 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 ever add too many offensive linemen, in my opinion. You can never add too many offensive linemen. And we drafted Chris Paul as well. So, Chris Paul can learn behind Norwell. He can learn behind Schweitzer and now Trai Turner. So this is good. Background check on Trai Turner. 6'3", 315 pounds, went to LSU, was a 3rd-round pick by Ron Rivera with the Carolina Panthers. In his career, he has a 4.4% pressure rate. With the Panthers, he did so well, making those Pro Bowls back-to-back years. He signed a 4-year, $45 million deal in 2017 with $20.5 million guaranteed. Then he had 2 years that weren't great in Carolina. Then Ron Rivera traded him for Russell Okung from the Chargers. And then Trai Turner started 9 games for the Chargers, had a couple injuries here and there, but he was really bad, allowed 9 pressures. Only gave it 1 sack, but he was really bad. He was really bad. He was like PFF rated him the 2nd to last rated guard out of all guards that played that year. That's how bad he was. And that was the line that everybody was talking about, Justin Herbert, when he just had a terrible offensive line. That was the offensive line that Trai Turner was a part of. And he was the worst offensive lineman on that line. But he did have a groin injury. And it's really hard to play with the, hurt groin. Of course, you see what's going on with Curtis Samuel. He hasn't played in a very, very long time. So this year with the Steelers, looking at fans and what they've said on the comments under, the tweet from Adam Schefter and Pro Football Chase on Instagram, they haven't been saying it's a mixed bag, but you never want to listen to fans too much, because we've signed guys and the fans of the other team will be like, oh, this guy is trash. And they come here and they play better, Eric Flowers and Leno. People said Leno was trash. Bears fans were saying he was a turnstile. He was a penalty machine and whatnot. This is not good, but, you do want dogs on the team. I keep saying I want dogs on the team. I'm not condoning this or saying this is a good thing, but Trai Turner, he got ejected against the Raiders. He spit on somebody. It's not a good thing, but it just shows that, he's willing to fight somebody. I'll say that, He is a mauler. This is some of the notes. He's a mauler. He excels in the run blocking game. Has opened up a lot of running lanes for Christian McCaffrey back in the day with the Panthers. Blocking for Cam Newton. Moves well in space. Very physical with a strong punch. He's a mean guy. Super, super, super physical. Really nasty physical blocker. So Ron Rivera really wants to run the ball this year. Of course, Brian Robinson, a thumper and a bruiser. Already having Gibson. So he really wants to run the football and help Carson Wentz out a lot. So I'm trying to look at some other stuff here. With, looking at his PFF numbers, he played 1,082 snaps, had 6 penalties, which is not great, not terrible, and allowed 7 sacks last year with the Steelers. His run block grade was a 67.6, which is solid, which is pretty average. And then he had a PFF grade of 72.7, which is actually pretty, overall was 69.7. His, it was 69.7. His pass block grade was 72.7, which is solid, man. That's pretty good. I think this is a good signing. This is a solid signing. He was actually projected to make 3 years, $18 million on Bleacher Report. That was his projected AAV this offseason, being a free agent. He's supposed to get paid more than this, and we're going to get him for half the amount that he was projected for. So Solid signing, man. I can't get mad at this at all. I think this is a good signing, and he will be battling with Wes Schweitzer for that right guard spot. So my projected offensive line will probably be left tackle Leno, right tackle Cosme, of course, Chase Rie at center, Andrew Norwell at left guard, and then either Wes or Trai Turner at right guard. I think Wes can definitely battle him. People keep saying that what's the name? Trai Turner's just going to come in here and win the job, but you know, I mean, I get the relationship with the Panthers and John Matsko and all that, you know, stuff. So Trai Turner probably will win the job, just to be honest with you. But I wouldn't sleep on Wes Schweitzer though. But all right, you guys, we got a solid offensive line to protect Wentz. I think this is a good offensive line, especially with the coaching that we have with John Matsko. I think he's a good addition. He's a mauler. He's a mean guy. He's really physical. He's what we need because, you know, it looks like Ron really wants to run the football with Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. So a nasty dynamic duo. All right, you guys. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.